Hello there, my name is Lee Chantry from lee-soft.com. You may know me from applications such as ViStart or ViGlance. Today I'm going to be talking to you about a new application I made called ViPad. I'm just going to open it for you. I can show you some of the new features in ViPad. There you go, when you open ViPad it'll look like this. It's got an empty new tab. I'm going to drag some of the icons on my desktop onto ViPad. To do that, simply click and hold the application, then drag it and drop onto the ViPad window, and it makes the icon for you. Now I'm going to add the rest of the icons on my desktop. I'm going to select all of them, then drag them and drop them onto ViPad the same way I did Dreamweaver. As you can see, it's made those apps for me. So I've got all my icons here, but I kind of want Flash, Photoshop and Dreamweaver to be next to one another. So what I'm going to do is show you how you can rearrange and reposition these icons. You click and hold one of the icons, then drag it to where you'd like it. In my case, I want it next to Dreamweaver, so I'm just going to move it up there, then let go, and it's put Flash next to Dreamweaver for me. But I also want Photoshop there, so I'm going to do the same thing. Click and hold, then move the icon up and drop it, and there you go. I've got Dreamweaver, Flash and Photoshop all next to one another. But I also, not only do I want them next to one another, but for the sake of this tutorial, I want them in a new tab, because that kind of makes sense. I want all my Adobe applications in one tab, and I might want all my communications applications in another tab. So I'm going to talk to you a bit about tabs now. To make a new tab, you can either right click on one of the existing tabs and click New Tab. You could press one of the hotkeys on your keyboard. They are mapped accordingly by number, so if you want tab 2, you push 2. If you want tab 4, you push 4, etc. But just to show you the new tab button, I'm just going to click the new tab button, and it should make a new tab for me. There it has. I've got my original tab here and my new tab. So what I'm going to do is call this new tab Adobe, or Adobe, I don't know how you pronounce the company name. There you go, it's renamed that to Adobe for me. I'm going to go back to the original tab. I'm going to move these applications into the Adobe tab. Now it's quite simple. The same way I reposition the applications, but this time I'm going to reposition the applications on top of the Adobe tab. So let me show you. So I'm going to click and hold Photoshop, drag that on top of Adobe. I'm going to do Flash. I can see it's on top of Adobe because the rollover there, the rollover effect has gone behind the writing. Can you see that? And then I'm going to put Dreamweaver there as well. And there you have it. If I go back to Adobe, I should see all my Adobe applications. There they are. I don't really want the Photoshop application to be called Photoshop-shortcut, so I'm going to show you now how you can rename that. Honestly, I didn't put that there just for the sake of this tutorial. You right click one of the applications, click Change. Brings this change item dialog up. I'm just going to remove the shortcut writing because I don't want that. So it's just called Photoshop now. Then I'm going to push OK, and it's changed it to Photoshop. Also, I'm going to talk about pages. Now, if I go back to my original tab, I kind of have to resize it to show all the icons, right? Well, actually, there's another way I can see the other icons by swiping across one of the icons it'll actually move it like a page, like you would on an Android phone or an iPhone. You'd swipe your apps in the same way you would swipe ViPad. And if you've got a touchscreen computer, it would work in exactly the same way. You actually put your finger on one of the applications and swipe left, and it would, like so, and it would swipe, and you'd see the other pages. Also, I'm going to talk about how you can add URLs into ViPad as well. So you can have like bookmarks, if you like. Make a new tab, call this bookmarks. If I open Google Chrome, yeah, why not? Let's have no, that doesn't make sense to have my home page as a bookmark. Let's say I go onto YouTube. Let's say I want to make that into a bookmark. So I copy that, and I go to ViPad. It's asking me if I'd like to make this a URL. If I click yes, let's come up new internet shortcut. It's going to change that to YouTube. And then it should have appeared at the end here. Yep, there it is. And I'm going to drag that into bookmarks. Also, if you double click not on an icon but anywhere else in ViPad, get this options dialog come up. Now this is helpful because you can actually change the size of all the icons here. If I drag this, you see them getting bigger. Or smaller. Personally, I like 70 by 70, but you can have it whatever size you like. If I wanted to, I can make this 256 by 256, which to my knowledge is the biggest icon you can make within Windows. I go to Adobe, there they are, all the icons in 256 by 256. There's the YouTube link I made. Also, you can actually add files in ViPad as well, like I've got Don't Fear the Reaper here, one of my favourite songs. You can just right click on files and you can click add to ViPad. The way I use ViPad is by having, let's put this icons at sensible size a moment. There you go. I usually have ViPad maximized like this, and I have always on top ticked, which makes ViPad always on top of other applications. And also I have hide desktop on because you can see the desktop clutter behind here. It's just not very pretty. So I'm going to click hide desktop. So whenever I want my applications, I simply click on the taskbar on ViPad and it opens ViPad, and I can just click the application I want. By having it always on top, it makes sure that it's always on top of any window I have open. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial, and I hope you enjoy using ViPad.